longer the road leading me away from you, the more the miles between us seem to slip away. The longer the road taking me away tonight, the more that I remember things I meant to say. Another town, nothing changes. The streets are cold when you're alone. Don't let me down, be there waiting. I'm coming home. The longer the road, yeah, the longer the road.
Good evening. Welcome to the Truck Vloggers Show. Yes, I am still eating. And today on the Truck Vloggers Show, we're going to have Jammer with us. However, he couldn't make it tonight. So we've got somebody else instead. We've got James. Welcome to the show. James, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
I'm good, apart from the fact I still got my mouth full. I've no idea why my wife does this. She gives me my dinner 5 minutes before I'm due to be on air.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I told her 2 hours ago. So I've got the show on. I need to be eating about 7. No problem.
My partner normally has dinner ready for me when I get home, so it's literally come through the door and sit down and have tea.
Yeah, it's nice.
Which is ideal.
Would you mind just lending it to me? Would that be all right? Just
Yeah, you can borrow it for a few days, and
Okay.
then just if you could leave a positive review, that'd be ideal.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. No
Nice
problem. I'll even tip the 5 stars.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it is a little bit of a thing in our house. Unfortunately, 5 minutes is 2 hours. 2 hours is 5 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
There we are. Anyway, so how have you been? Were you back at work last week, or were you off last week?
The week just gone, I was back. The week before that, I was off. I went on holiday for a week. But yeah, I've been busy, mate. This week, as you probably noticed with the whole chat and everything, I've been very, very absent. Just purely the workload that we've been getting at the minute. It's just been ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's not normally this busy in my line of work, so it's sort of been just like a lot to sort of function with and try and get done in the space of a day. So
yeah.
I've just been absolutely manic.
I noticed you've not been very busy on the chat. Just before we go on, with lastminute.com, Last Minute Larry, I'm going to call him. We've got Jammer. So let's welcome Jammer onto the show. Jammer, how are you, mate?
Yes, Jammer.
What's going on, people? What's going on, man? Everything good? Everything blessed?
Yeah, good. I didn't expect you because you were like, I don't know if I can make it.
Mate, I was down Curry's trying to get a HyperX microphone, and Curry's had it in my hand here like this, and I had some headphones, noise cancelling headphones, and they're like, we can't even sell it to you. I had to wait 30 minutes because the system says we've not got it in stock, and I'm like, I've got it right here. Let me take it. Mate, vexed.
I don't know why they do that. Why do they do that? It's like we haven't got it in stock, but here it is. I mean, that's a display one. You don't want that one.
This is it. It was literally there on shelf for the guy. Even took about 20 minutes to unlock the cabinet for the headphones, and I was just thinking, this is fate. Something's not right here. I'm going to leave it. And then I get to the end, and then that's what come up on the till saying item not in stock, and I'm just like, you know what? I believe in fate, mate. I'm getting off. There's something wrong. I'm gone.
So you've been busy at work this week?
Always busy, mate. Always busy. You know what it's like in the trucking game, man. You ain't got no time to mess around here. Especially
in your job, because you do Palex, don't you?
Yes. So, I'm a night trunker, so I'm a trunking guy. I do all the trunking.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know what trunking is, basically it goes from one depot with a load of stock to another depot with a load of stock, where it gets distributed on either smaller wagons or vans to more localized areas, and that's about the sum of it, isn't it, Gemma?
It is, mate. Yeah, it is. If you do like your overnight orders, then obviously the next morning it's guys like me and whoever else does overnighting, and it will go down to the main depots and it will get distributed on smaller vehicles.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I cover the London area, so it's all around Erith, Dartford, and that. All my freight.
I'll be honest with you, I do not envy that whatsoever. I think James, you're happier with your sort of area, aren't you? Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you do probably the most beautiful part of the country, don't you?
Yeah, Devon and Cornwall.
Oh, nice.
Leave me down here. I don't want to go anywhere else.
Proper country bumpkin.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to be down there all the time. I do get my fair share of going down there, but I don't obviously get down there all the time, which is a shame. But yeah, you can keep your Londons. I know. I know that Will, trucker Will, he's always in and out of London, which, yeah, I don't fancy it. Just don't fancy it, boys. So, Jammer, question for you. How long have you been driving, and whereabouts did you come from? As in, like, did you drive vans before? Did you drive Class 2? Were you a train driver? What was your background?
So, wow. Background really is when I come from America, come back from the States, and had a baby on the way, and needed money, so I started my own franchise with DPD, delivering about 140 parcels a day. First 3 months was diabolical. I was in bits. I was doing like 16, 17-hour days. I was in bits. After 3 months, it clicked, so I started routing my own order. Then after 3 years, you get a new contract, so to speak, to renew it, but they wanted to drop the prices from £2.50 a parcel to £1.50. So the words I used, and this is true, I ain't going from lobster to chips. So I left.
Yeah,
so I was making good bank. And then I thought, you know what, I like this industry. So I got myself in a transport company and just worked from the bottom all the way up to where I am now. And the next, there's only one more thing left to go, really. That's transport manager.
Yeah.
And then perhaps own my own little haulage firm. But I need a couple of partners involved in that to get the money back in it.
Yeah. See, I've tried that. Not really my cup of tea. I like getting that thing called a wage slip at the end of every week, and it says, "This is how much tax you've paid. Thank you. That'll do. The rest is mine."
Yeah.
But so what got you into vlogging then?
Vlogging? My kids, my children watch YouTube every day. That's all they watch is YouTube. Kids opening other presents, and I'm just like, this is mad. And then I just had an idea one night to say, you know what, I could show my kids what I do as a job by them watching me, because they don't see an awful lot of me because I'm out on the road spending most time at work. Yeah. So the kids can now watch Dad, what he does for a job, what helps clothe them and put food on the table.
That's exactly what my little boy does. He watches me on YouTube and sort of he can see what I'm doing, and you know, on a daily, weekly basis, whatever. You know, he likes it. He loves it. What about you, James? How did you sort of get into vlogging? What made you sort of go, "Oh, I'm going to start that"?
Well, I've only been driving trucks for 4 or 5 years now, so I've been doing YouTube videos here and there, like for like the last 7 or 8 years. I like just videoing and documenting my life in a sense, not literally, but and then when I got into trucking, I saw that a couple of, because I thought that I did originally think when I first started, I'd like to like vlog this because I vlog some of my general life anyway, and then I didn't think it was a thing, and then obviously I saw other people doing it, and I thought I'll give it a go, and then it didn't really pick up very much, so I stopped for probably about a year, and then I picked it up again, and I've been doing it for about 19 weeks now. So
yeah,
but yeah, it's
doing
just
well.
I like watching them, so hopefully people like watching mine.
Yeah, yeah. You've got a good channel, really good channel actually going, and it's picking up speed very quickly as well, which is good, And yours is as well, Jammer, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it started off getting quite. It did start off quite rapid. To be fair, it went really fast. But then I had a week off because I went to Scotland in Christmas.
That is a
And
Scottish sore throat, a week off, by the way. A
I'll
week
put it
off.
this way: I actually come back with COVID as well, and I was in the middle of nowhere. Never had COVID. Went to an isolated place in Scotland, and then come back with COVID. Didn't put a video out, and then YouTube stopped recommending. But it's starting to pick up again now. So I have no idea the way with YouTube because I'm new to all this. I only started vlogging in October last year, and I started social media in October last year. So I'm still learning Instagram. I'm still trying to learn YouTube. I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, I think we all are. I think. Sorry, James.
Pretty well, Jammer.
Sorry.
You're doing pretty well. I love watching your videos and your Instagram posts.
I'm like Marmite.
Instagram posts and that pop up on my feed. So.
Oh, that's good. As long as you're enjoying it, man. Because a lot of people think, they say I'm like Marmite. You either love me or you hate me. Either way, I don't care. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't.
I love Marmite.
Yeah. Do you know though? I think we're all learning. I think we're all learning about it as we go along. You know, there's not a day goes by where they don't change something on the algorithm on YouTube, or you know, something's different, or we need to learn something else, or they change the keywords and things like this, and it just you're always learning. So it's always a learning curve. So first of all, I've got a question for each of you. Well, the same question for each of you. First of all, Jammer, which one video do you think everybody should go and watch from your channel?
From my channel?
Yeah. Which one would you say is your favourite one that you've done so far, and everyone should go and watch it?
Too Tight. The one where it's too tight. Only because it was the first video I used where I've got 3 camera angles and you can see the steering for the reverse, because everybody I speak to always wants to have a video on reversing. And I thought that was the best way to show it, by showing the steering wheel, what's in front and what's at the side of the vehicle. So yeah, the Too Tight one, really.
So there you go. Check him out. Check Jammer's channel out. We'll put the link on the bottom there again for you. And James, what about you? What one video would you say?
I would say the one where I spoke about getting stopped by the police. It's my most viewed one at the minute, but also it's something that people can sort of try and take, because I got stopped by the police. I spoke about it and I spoke about everything they did, but it wasn't sort of your usual being stopped. I got stopped by like 7 police officers, so maybe people can learn a couple of bits off that. I don't know, but yeah.
No idea what happened there.
Oh yeah, it's turned your video back round. So just give it a little tilt on your phone. There you go. Sorted.
No idea.
Yeah, it's funny you should say that, James, because the other day, Thursday, I think it was Thursday, I was going down the road, down the M40, and I saw 7 police cars, 14 police officers. No, this is no word of a lie. We were sat in traffic for 20 minutes getting to this point, and they'd pulled over a Vauxhall Corsa with 2 blokes sitting on the side. Why did you need 14 police officers for 2 blokes? Not quite sure, but
exactly.
Might have been a dangerous suspect, known to carry weapons.
They looked about as dangerous as a garden snail, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but looks can be deceiving as well, Daz.
That is true. That is very true. That is very true. So, on to my next question then. What is, and you can't say waiting around at RDCs, all right? What is the worst part of your job, James?
How long everything takes. It's such a time-consuming delivery. I remember I uploaded a TikTok ages ago, and it was I'd done like 2 deliveries, and it took me all day to do. and someone commented saying, "Oh, you must be living the high life because I do 15 to 20 drops a day." Yeah, I used to do that, so I know exactly what he was talking about. But at the same time, like my drops and collections can take 2 or 3 hours at a time. It just like sometimes like you feel like you're just there forever, and then you start trying to hurry up, and then
yeah. I agree. I know what you mean. I know where you're coming from. It does sometimes. It can feel like an age. What about you, Jammer?
You know what? The worst part of my job, seriously, is the service stations, mate, where I have to park up because they smell like urine, and that is my worst part. I love to park up, but services, they're really poor for truck drivers, man. I feel for every truck driver that has to have a break and be faced with that. I was in Toddington services one time, northbound, trying to eat my lunch, and all I saw was a rat the size of a Jack Russell run across the yard, and I was like, I can't even eat my food now.
Yeah.
You know, it just puts you off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the driving and the delivering, that's what I signed up for. So I knew that it pays the bills. It's an easy job. Get paid to look out the window. However, funnily enough, when I was a transport planner, Daz and James, every driver used to moan, this job's harder than you think. You ain't got the stamina to do this job. So I went out, got it, passed with one minor, and I'm like, this is the easiest job in the world. Why are you telling me that it's a hard job? This is it's easy for you sat behind the desk giving us all this paperwork, and I'm just like, well, I've done it. It's nothing. This job's wicked. I love this job. I get to drive around all day.
One thing I've found about lorry drivers, they love to moan and they love to make things hard. And it's the easiest job in the world. It really is. That's what it boils down to. You know, you hit people, and the amount of times I've, like, for example, if I come to a new place, I've started a new job, and somebody said to me, "Where are you going?" And you go, "Oh, I'm going to Reigate." "Oh, not that one in Reigate." "Oh, good luck with that." Dave, he's got Reigate. Oh, Reigate. Ooh. And you go, what's wrong with Reigate then? "Oh, it's tight. Oh, it's really tight. I mean, really, really tight. It's a blindsided, and you've got to turn your truck on its head, and then you've got to push it along, and you're like, right, okay, no problem." And you get there, and what do you find when you get there?
Massive.
The biggest yard you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
And you go, I can put that on there in one hit on a blind side, no problem. You know, so you do find that there's the exaggerators, I think.
Well, there's a saying, isn't there, Daz? Screwdrivers and drivers.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So then of course, when you see him in the yard the next day, you have to go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Walk away. So we got any comments? Let's have a little look. Oh, we've not got many comments today. Not many comments coming in at all. Do comment below. Feel free to drop us a comment and like, subscribe, share, all the rest of it. Love to hear from you. So moving on. Did you both answer that question? See, I'm losing count. Losing track.
Yes.
Yeah. Glad one of you switched on.
Well, James was on about his long waits, and I said about the services.
It's funny you say about the services, actually, because I noticed something. I went out to Ireland a few weeks ago, and I did vlog it. I'm in the process of editing a vlog, and it takes a lot of editing, this one, because I actually had an accident in it, so I can't mention certain things and for legal reasons, so I've got to edit the hell out of it. But anyway, I'm over there. There's no rubbish. When I say no rubbish, I mean absolutely no rubbish around. There was one guy parked up for a 45-minute break, and on a Saturday, I'd gone and had my lunch, and I came back. The services, it was fresh cooked local produce, and it was all beautiful food, and it was cheap. I had like a full breakfast with a mug of coffee, I think I had, for €5, and it was massive. There was loads there.
Wow.
It was really good food as well. You could select what you wanted. You could just say, I'll just have beans and bacon if I want, whatever. It's all laid out for you. And it was beautiful food. It was cheap enough. And I went back to the truck and I sat there, and there was this guy. Now, forgive me because I can't remember the name of the vans, but those vans that have got the basket on the back and they just raise up and they fix lamp posts and things, don't they?
Oh, cherry pickers.
Cherry pickers, that's it. So a guy comes along, pulls up to this lamp post, goes up it, goes on this camera, wipes it off, gives it another one, comes down and starts to drive off. And I stopped him and I said, you do that all day? He said, no. He said, that's my job. He said, I go around all the services and I clean all the camera lenses.
Fair play.
Really? That's your job? Yep, that's my job. Make sure that the cameras can see everything. So, holy crap! Over here, and it didn't smell of urine at all. It's so clean. It was fantastic, and the people were so friendly. You never get carved up. You never get barged out of the way or anything. It's really, really good. So yeah, a lot could change over here back to how it used to be.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It would. So on to my next question then. I'll go for James. What's the best part about your job, apart from working at RDCs?
I love it. Just everything about it, really. The driving. I think I love being where I am. Obviously, what we spoke about earlier. I'm in Devon and Cornwall, so the places around here are amazing. I drive down the road, and I'm just looking out the window, and I always talk to myself bloody hell, this is a nice place. And the line of work I'm in, I meet some really cool people. My boss is awesome. I work for a small family-run business, so I get taken care of very, very well. And every aspect of it, really, in one way or another. I don't really have much to complain about. And the delivery side of things, what I was talking about a minute ago, even though it's so time-consuming, I still really enjoy the delivery. So even though the time-consuming part of how long the deliveries may take is the worst part, I still really enjoy it. Yeah,
it's bizarre, isn't it? It's the part. You love it and you hate it, I guess. Or you love to hate it, or hate to love it. One out of the two. And what about you, Gemma?
What I love about it, the paycheck.
See, I'm gonna be with James.
No, it's the freedom.
Freedom. I mean, I work for a small company. You don't, obviously.
No.
When you work for a small company, when there's just a handful of you, I think there's so much to be said for that. So much to be said for that.
Loads.
They just look after you. But
I must admit, we're only a small unit, though. I know we're a big name, a big brand, but we've got that many depots all across England. And in Europe as well. We've got Italy, we've got Poland. But where I am, with the head office, there's only 21 drivers. It's only a small pool of drivers because the third parties do the majority, if that makes any sense. But we are such a close-knit little team. Plus, I get to drive around in a brand new truck. My wages are always paid on time. You don't ever get a phone call off anybody in the office whatsoever. So you are your own man. And I love that. Just there's your job bag. Just get on with it. If you've got an issue, give us a bell. So I've got to admit, since being a driver, it's the best working life I've ever had. Whether that be where I'm at now or when I was at Armstrong Logistics, you get, I don't know, you're your own boss. As long as you do what you've got to do, they'll leave you alone and it's fine. So,
Christina Davis says, would you drive to Europe? Let's open that one to James first.
100%. Not yet, but 100%. I would eventually, Yeah.
Maybe when little one's old enough to go with you.
Yeah, when I eventually get my class 1 as well. I know class. Some class 2s do go over, but I would like to experience it one day. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I must admit, going to Ireland was the closest I got, and it is fun, but that's Ireland, and it is a different country, and but it
Good
was
start.
really, really good. It was really good. What about you, Gemma?
Yeah, I'd love to do continental. Yeah, I'd like to. I wouldn't like to do it for palletized freight though. I'd love it. I'd love to do it for the Formula One. I like to
Yeah.
drive the cars over, or bands, like traveling with band equipment like drums and stuff. I'd like to do it that. I wouldn't want to do it the same job I'm doing now, because it will be long and boring, wouldn't it? To be fair, I think if you're doing some exciting, like setting up a Formula One Grand Prix, and you've got all the kit or some cars and teams, yeah, I'd love that. Love that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to go over and deliver scaffolding.
Hey, James.
that would be.
Well, I'll tell you what, James. Right, how we've got the internet and we can sit in the services and go on our phone and watch Netflix or read a book or whatever.
Yeah.
Go back 40 years ago, 30 years ago, when there was no internet. You imagine those poor souls that had gears in their trucks, right?
Yeah.
And they had no internet. I feel for those original OG truckers, because we've got it easy. We're in automatics, foot down, sat down.
Do you know something? I will get my dad on here one day. I will get my. I know, Dad. I know you're watching. I will get you on this one day.
That'd be a great chat.
I tell you something.
That would be awesome.
He comes to Truck Fest with me every year, and everybody loves listening to what he's got to say, telling us all about no gears, no aircon, no bunk, no night heater. Just some of the stories, just like fantastic, and you've got to listen. And proper trucking. So yeah, I'll get him on one day. Hopefully,
please do, and tell him us guys look up to truckers like that. I do anyway. But I speak for myself. I look up to proper truckers that tramp out, that have the gears, that have to do the roping and sheeting.
Well, we've got a new chap works for us, and he has just been given our manual DAF, and he's like, oh my god. At first, it was like I've just kind of, how the hell do I drive this again? But it must feel to him like it's old school trucking, and you can't be that. And our company is very much like that. We are old school. We just get on with it, get the job done. No, they leave you alone, and you're doing one collection and one tip a day and stuff like that, But yeah, it's very very much old school, but not as old school as my dad, of course. Am I missing are you missing Taylor's? Are you in a V8 now? No, I'm not in a V8 now. You'll have to wait for the next vlog to come out, Martin. Am I missing Taylor's? I don't know. They're both very different. They're both very different types of work, so it's hard to say for me personally. So, Gemma, what one thing would you whinge about this week? One thing that you could just go, right, okay, boys, we're putting the world to rights about this.
Oh, mate, you're asking the right person, ain't you? I'll tell everybody how it is. To whinge about. You know what? I can't really whinge.
No, you've not sat there in like heat in the services sniffing pee and.
You know what? I will whinge about actually. I don't know if you guys get this. When you do sit in a truck service and it says truck service, and you have car drivers coming through all the time. That's perhaps my whinge, because it's like, what are you doing? It's clearly signed up, truck, car park. You go to the car park, let us truckers go to our pace.
Yeah.
Because that's in my... I have that all the time.
I get it. If there's a caravan space, the caravan parking as well, and that's full up, and they've got to go somewhere. So
that's different. Yeah,
that's different. That's fine. Got a trailer. I see vans in the HGV spots, and I'm like, seriously, you're in a van, mate. Come on.
Did you Did you see that post Tom put up the other day, like yesterday, with I can't remember what service it was in, except for Access, obviously that Instagram. He put a post up where there's 2 truck units parked up in bay in a parking spot in the services, and then there's a Mercedes car parked in the middle. And Jono made me laugh. He said someone should drop the trailer and park the unit in the front of the Mercedes car.
Yes.
And block him in. Jono kills it. I love Jono. It makes me laugh.
Brilliant. Yeah, he's on last time on the last Truck Vloggers show. If you've missed last Truck show, if you've missed the last Truck Vloggers show, then do click on it. Have a little look. It was myself talking to Jono, and we had a little special guest appearance as well. So yeah, do check out the other videos on the channel. And James, same goes to you. What one thing would you whinge about this week if you could have a proper good old gripe?
Yeah, all right. I already know what I'm going to say. So on Friday, I had a Portsmouth run. On the way back, expected traffic, right? So I was expecting traffic on the way back. It's summer holidays now. Friday was a nice day. I was expecting the roads to be busy. It took me just over 2 hours to clear a 5-mile length on a dual carriageway where it becomes a single carriageway, and I found out that it was because they'd put up temporary traffic lights, but all they were doing was fixing a gate post that was just off the road. Why do that on a Friday?
It bugs me.
What is wrong? What is wrong? And why do you need 6 people doing it as well?
Yeah,
turning around.
But as well, what really annoyed me is when I got to the temporary traffic lights, they'd started packing it up.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
It's like when you get in. It's like when you're going down the motorway and you can see lane ends, lane closure. So you get over and you're going down, and then all the traffic starts. You go 60, 50, 40, and you're doing 20 mile an hour for 30 minutes up to wherever this incident is. They've closed the lane off, and there's Grandad sitting there in his he's on the side of the road, and you've got a Vauxhall Corsa or something sitting in lane 1 with a puncture. Well, here's an idea. Instead of closing that lane off, why don't you just push it onto the hard shoulder?
Yeah.
Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, it really is.
Well, why do you need to fix a gate post on a Friday afternoon?
I know.
In the summer holiday, do it on the Monday or the Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah,
I just didn't understand that.
No.
Who was it though? Who was fixing it? Was it the council or was it a resident?
It was the council.
The council. Oh right.
You should have just said you need any scaffolding for that, mate.
Yeah.
You know what the council are like anyway. They like to do all the road works and whatever right near the budget, so they make sure they get the next budget for next year. That's why you see all the roadworks coming out right near the end of it, don't you? Near April or whatever it is. Start digging up the road. It's like, what are you doing? We want the same budget as last year, John.
It boggles me why they've got to do all this. It's like I don't know. You think well, surely common sense prevails. You don't need 9 miles of one lane closed to do 100 yards of tarmac, surely.
Thanks, Kay.
Do comment below anything you want to know, anything you want to ask. Then just drop us a little comment below. Michael says hello to me and you. Hi, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
All right.
So do comment below anything you want to know from either myself, but especially Jammer or James. Comment below, and we'll do our very best to answer it. Another question came in a little bit earlier on. I must have missed it. Would you drive? Would you say that you would drive anyone else's truck that's on YouTube? So another truck vloggers, another YouTuber's truck. Which one would you drive?
I'll let James go first on this one.
I don't know. That's a hard one. If I had my class 1, which
it's brand new.
So I don't. I like the look of Luke C's truck. It's
Right.
it's a very nice truck in my opinion, and I would like that. That's the first one that comes to thought anyway.
Okay. All right. What about you, Gemma?
All day long, man. Scott Andrews. I love that truck so much. That's the
Is it
reason why I watched the vlog. I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's great, and his lights in the back as well on the headboard.
Yeah.
It's plus he's one funny character, man. Oh, I love Scott Andrews like so much. He's amazing.
I got to drive. I was fortunate enough to have a brand new S line, Scania
nice.
S.
Yeah.
I have to say, I wouldn't say I'm jealous. I'm envious of Scott because that is my favourite truck. They are the Scania S is by far my favourite truck, and it's not because I'm a Scania nut or a Scania fan or I'm Scania mad. I love my Volvos and other trucks as well, but there's so much comfort and livability space, if that's a word. You've got loads of space. You can store things. You've got a really nice fridge, freezer. You've got all the creature comforts you'd want. Nice flat floor as well.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's just a winner. It really is a winner for me. But what would you say your favourite trucks are? Would you say it was the Scania, or would you say it would be a Volvo? Don't say daft. Did-a-ding, did-a-ding, did-a-ding.
No,
daft.
for me, I mean, look, my first ever truck was a Renault 26 tonner, 6-legger. I enjoyed it only because it was really quick, really fast for a rigid. It picked up speed really quick. Then I went in the MAN, and then I found out I loved with trucking because I thought this is crap. Don't like MANs. The steering wheel's too big, and honestly, just to turn around in the yard. Well, yeah, I went into a yard to tip off some canisters, and on my life, right, it must have been about 1,000-point turn. It's ridiculous. So I said, I'll get back to the boss. It was a brand new wagon. I'll get back to the boss. I ain't having that.
The other thing with Volvos, MANs, is the older ones. Of course, they've got the Scania running kit in them now because they've given up. They can't find out how to put torque on the road. But the MANs, you see a spot on the roundabout. So someone will go past you, and there's a nice clear spot, and you go right, accelerate, go, move, then move, and then you end up going sorry. Yes. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah. No, that was it. I had that, and then passed my class 1, and then I had the Scania R line. And I was in love. It drove like a car. It was comfortable. It was nice. And then obviously I'm in the Volvo now, and I find it hard to split the two. But I'm a Scania boy at heart. I love them. I think they're just the best, man. They're so good. You got the V8s on the road.
Let's see your tang hand. Let's see your tang hand.
What tang hand? That one? I'll do it like that, mate.
That's not tang hand.
It's hard to see. I don't know where my camera is. What's a tang hand? Explain. What's that?
No, so you don't know what? No, Mr. Producer, we need a picture of a tang hand if you can find one. Let's go through some of these while Mr. Producer's having a look for a tang hand.
Why are you doing that? Plug out my headphones because my battery's about to die, guys, and I don't want to lose.
Okay.
So can you still hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry about that.
Michael says he's a Volvo fan, and
I'm a Volvo fan.
We've also got a Scania any day. Yeah, tang to you, and
no one's mentioned American trucks, have they?
Oh,
the proper trucks,
mate, the proper truck. I would love an American. Oh yeah, proper bull nose. Yeah, so in a Merc now, hate it. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I'm not a massive Merc fan.
What are the new Mercs like? Because apparently they've fixed it. They've sorted out the gearbox because before the Actrosses didn't know what gear it was in, did it?
Yeah, that's right. Apparently they're better. I've not driven the new ones, but according to Martin, they're all right. They're good.
Yeah.
Michael says, hate old gen Scanias.
I wouldn't know. Never driven an old Oh right, hello, David.
If you're listening to this, if you're listening to this on the podcast, then the producer, our lovely producer, has just put on the screen a picture of David Cameron doing the Tang hand. It's just absolutely classic.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Do you know? I'm going to go back to this. We start doing it. Just flash a Scania driver that's driving a decent Scania driver, and just do that and watch him do it back. It's brilliant.
I'll have to try that on that SRT or whatever they're called, the red Scania with the bull nose on it.
SNT. Oh yeah,
is it SNT?
All day
sexy long. Man. I love that truck.
So Michael said he hates old gen Scanias. Here's a little thing for you, right? I with Volvos, I do not like the new ones. I hate the new ones, the ones that you're driving. But I think they are awful. I'm going to
give you a tang hand in the face when I see you now.
The old style, like I'm driving the older version of yours, like literally a couple of years older. I love them. I think they're absolutely fantastic. However, with the Scanias, it's the other way round, and I love the new ones and I hate the old ones. So yeah, it's.
I don't know. Is mine a new gen or old gen? I had the 68 plate Scania R-Line.
68 be old style.
Ah, yeah, that's what I had then. 68 plate R-Line, 450, I think it was called the R450.
Yeah. I'm not a massive fan of those. I like them, but if you gave me a choice between the two, do we have problems with uncomfortable bunks? Well, you're talking to two day drivers there, Christina. So
I do lay on mine sometimes.
I don't. Mine needs a Hoover, so mine needs a good Hoover in.
Get the air gun on it, air gun, or get a mattress topper.
I was gonna say it's gonna need more than an air gun. Trust me.
Buy that little Hoover that Luke C had, that little tiny one that does nothing.
Talking of uncomfortable bunks, mine, when you sit on it, you think this is going to be a horrible night's sleep. It feels like all bumpy and lumpy. I've actually got a mattress topper on mine, and it's as comfortable as hell. I'm in that thing and I'm out like a light.
Yeah.
So, I don't generally have a problem with it, but there are some out there. I think it depends how many drivers it's had before, really, in all honesty, Christina. Wouldn't you agree, Jen?
I think definitely getting a mattress topper. I've got one of them now. When it makes a hell of a difference, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah, it really does. What else have we got? Let's have that one on. Let's do this. I'm going to do this one, Mr. Producer. I've got to say, Merck's bunks are the best made for us oldies. I'm with you. I'm with you there, actually. I do like the Merck's bunks because they tilt. You've got that kind of recliner. So you can actually recline, sit up in bed, and read your book or whatever. They are really comfortable.
See, I thought DAF would have beat that competition because everyone tells me that they're the most comfortable trucks. But I've never been in a DAF because I'm not a DAF lad. I'm a good lad.
No, the DAFs are nice.
The new ones are nice, aren't they?
That they do.
They look really awesome.
Down on the side of the road the other day.
Well, Sam K and I
saw one of the new X. Is it the XG?
Yeah, the XG.
The 22 plate broken down with its cab tilted forwards the other day. I thought
brilliant. Just brilliant.
What the Rico, isn't it?
12 plate.
Was it still going? Was it still going ding 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 as you drove past it? Because that's all they seem to ever do. Just ding ding ding.
Yeah, what is that?
Good morning.
What causes that sound? Because every time we're on the group chats or whatever with some of the lads, and all I hear is ding ding, and I'm like, what? Have you not plugged your seatbelt in?
Anything. It could be anything it's not happy with. Anything that comes up on the dash. Michael Waldron said he loves the new DAF.
Yeah, they do look nice. Got to admit.
Sam K and I went and had a look at one. If you want to have a look at Fifth Wheel Trucking Vlog, have a look at that. There's a video there. But we went and had a look at one, and I like it, but it was very plasticky inside and very cheap. It felt very cheap.
But was that a base model?
No,
was that top
it
end?
was a demo. It was a demo. So
Oh,
you
right.
think the demo models would be pretty
Yeah,
up
top
there,
spec.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it felt just the dashboard felt very plasticky to me, and I wasn't impressed with the build quality of the inside. But you know, each to their own, I guess. It didn't go ding once we turned it on though. So
No idea.
that was a
But apparently
bonus.
they've reinvented the DAF or something. Some bloke was telling me down at Sainsbury's, Waltham Abbey, or Waltham Point, whatever you want to call it. He had a brand new gold DAF. And I had a chat with him, old boy on a bay, really nice bloke. I says, oh, what are these like? Because I've heard the old ones are really comfortable. He says, whatever you know about DAF, get it out your head, because the new DAFs are totally different. Apparently they've got more storage, but it looks skinnier, but they go back longer or something.
Right.
If
yeah,
you
they go back
did
further.
you notice that?
Yeah, they go. The XG goes back another. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it. Length of DAF XG, please, Mrs. Google. What's the difference between this? 75 millimeters lower. There is 1900 millimeters standing height. See, this is millimeters. I work in pounds and pence.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few inches on the back basically. So it's they are a lot better for storage space, standing space, living space in general.
Yeah.
I'd still go for a Scania. I would still go for a Scania.
They're just so sexy, aren't they? But it's got to have the skirts on it as well, though. Got to be fully kitted.
I'm with you on there. I'm with you on that one there. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. James, when are you going to be releasing your next vlog?
Tomorrow at 6:30.
Tomorrow at 6:30, just when Fifth Wheel Vlog comes out.
No, fifth wheel is 5:30, isn't it?
Nearly
Always
got
has
it.
been. Fibs, Dad. Don't tell me fibs. 6:30. 6:30, mine's coming out.
What can we look forward to this week?
Sorry, say that again.
What can we look forward to this week?
Bit of road rage.
Ooh.
In fact, the traffic that I was stuck in for the other day for them fixing a gate post. That's the day I've vlogged. So a bit of road rage, bit of collecting on a humongous, massive field where they just had a festival.
Always interesting.
And a bit of driving, as expected.
Was the road rage from you or somebody else?
Oh, me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wouldn't say it was like top road rage. I was just very annoyed.
Knowing you though, you would have been like that. You silly person.
Yeah.
That's your kind of level of road rage.
It was more like, driving past, I was like, I've been sat in 2 hours of traffic for this. Like what an absolute joke.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's not top tier road rage, but it's a little bit.
Yeah. No, I don't. I try not to. I try not to lose it too much on the road. But yeah. What about yourself, Jammer? When's your next one coming out?
I don't know. Whenever I feel like it. Tuesday. I might bring it out Tuesday. My last one was out Tuesday, so I might as well bring it out Tuesday.
Yeah, do it Tuesdays. Why not?
Yeah, it's only a Q&A one anyway. It's not really. I just thought I'd ask a few questions to some people and let other people ask me some questions because I've never done a Q&A, so I thought, it might be good.
Yeah,
but I couldn't get through all of them though.
You asked me about a question, didn't you? Because you were recording it when I phoned you.
Yes.
Did you put my question in there?
No. Right, listen.
I feel
I put your name in it. I have actually put your name in the vlogs, and I just had a call from Daz, so you are in it.
All right,
but
thanks.
Let's just say I got quite a lot of DMs that day, and I decided right, and it got to like 22 minutes, and I thought, you know what, lock it off now. This is it, done. I've answered enough. But there's no road rage from me this week, so that's different because I'm like outspoken. I'll tell you know what I mean. I'll tell it like it is.
Yes. Yeah. You don't
Tell
like
it like
it.
it is.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it. So, yes, do comment below anything that you want to ask the gents. Then do ask with me. I have got Trucker Jammer and Trucker James as well. So if you want to know anything, ask them anything like that, comment below.
Yes,
Kyle says, Jammer, when you're going to go international? I think we spoke about this earlier, didn't we?
International. Come on, Kyle. I think I'm always up his neck of the woods. Actually, Kyle's a good lad. I'm sure it's a Doncaster guy. He's sound as out, man. I definitely need to meet him at Truckfest. I think seems like a nice guy, but international, I don't know about that. I might go back to America and get my CDL and do a bit of Canadian trucking or something. That'd be amazing.
That's my biggest dream. I'm going to do that before I die. Simple as that.
Why don't we go together? Me and you will go. We can do the Arctic Circle together as a twosome, man.
Mate, that'd be awesome. That would be, mint. So what was I going to say? Make sure you check out. First of all, we'll have Jammer's channel on the screen there. There's his address. If you're listening to this as a podcast, it's youtube.com/truckerjammer. Check out Jammer's channel. Hit subscribe, click the bell notification icon, and I think that's everything. Comment as well. Make sure you comment. It all helps the channel. And James as well, Trucking with James, youtube.com/trucking with James. Make sure you check him out. A little bit of road rage. I've got a feeling it might be a little bit different to what I said, but check him out. Trucking with James over on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe, click the bell icon to make sure you get notified, and all that good malarkey as well. Have we got any more comments? And don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well for more. It's youtube.com/Truck Vloggers Show. You can listen to it as a podcast. Just search Truck Vloggers Show. Right. So anything else that we want to add to the show this evening? Any other kind of comments that you want to put in? We've got about 5 minutes left, something like that, gents. And the room fell silent.
So we ain't asked you a question, Daz, as the host and that.
Oh, you want to ask me a question?
Yeah, right. Why not? How long you been driving for? And what's been your favourite delivery that you've ever done out of all the trucking that you've ever done?
Okay. I've been driving. I started off as a bus driver, then I went to coaches. Then I got my class 2 for 2 years, did that, and then I did my class 1 after that. So total of about 9 million years ish. Feels like it. My favorite delivery. There's been so many. I think the one that stands out the most was going to Ireland, because obviously getting off the ferry, doing the deliveries, coming back on the ferry. That was out of this world. And I don't know. I think there's loads of them. There are just loads of them that I could just sort of go through. The bubble wrap one, I may actually re-release it on Fifth Wheel, because it's just not a public one at the moment. But I had a trailer and it was full of bubble wrap, massive rolls of bubble wrap. And I pulled up to this place. He said, "You know, it's handball, don't you?" I went, "No." He said, "Yes, handball." So, right, okay. He said, "Don't worry." He said, "All you do is we'll open this big shutter." He said, "You park alongside it, open the curtain, and just throw them at us." And we try and play dodge. We were playing dodgeball with these massive rolls of bubble wrap. He said, "Because what's the worst? If it hits us, what's going to happen? We're going to fall onto more bubble wrap and get squidged between 2 giant bubble wrap balls." Yeah, that's it. It was fantastic. You could really take your aggression out as well. Just throw them at these, trying to hit these 2 guys that were trying to catch him. Brilliant fun. That was great. That was really good. Kyle says, when's Jammer going to get his own truck?
When I get loads of subscribers, so I can buy a truck,
Yeah.
and then I'll wrap the truck with every name that's subscribed. There we go.
Yeah. The best. Let's have the next comment. The best deliveries are the ones where you receive a gift from or offered a brew. Yes,
So
I'll
good.
agree with you. I'll agree with you there. Actually, they are always the best ones. I've turned up before and been offered. What have I been offered now? I've had booze, chocolates, chili. I was talking to a guy on a previous job, and we were talking about food, because what he does is he relabels food. And I said, I love chili. I said, have you tried the one from Aldi? Blah, 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 blah. You know, he said, oh, do you like chili then? I said, yeah. He said, I'll get you some. Okay, thank you very much. Massive tray, like 24 tins of chili. There you go, mate. Have them. So,
What a legend.
brilliant. Blinded. Thank you. They stayed in the truck for emergencies.
Did he give you a toilet roll as well?
No, because it was in short supply at the time.
I had I'd say it was kind of similar. I got to a guy's house and I was delivering everything onto his driveway, and he goes, you know, you all right, mate? Do you want a coffee or anything? It was like 9:30 in the morning. I said, yeah, I'll have a coffee, please. And he come out with my coffee. He said, just sit down for 5 minutes, have that, mate. Just you know, you've been driving for a couple of hours. Just have your coffee, and then we'll focus on the delivery in a minute. And then he goes, oh, do you want a sandwich? So we went at 9:30, like it's not lunchtime yet, but I took it anyway. And he come out with a ham salad sandwich, and then
Nice.
and then he shouted. It was funny because every time he was asking me something, he was opening his front door and shouting through to his wife to make me food. And then after the ham sandwich, he brought me out biscuits, and then after that, he was like, oh, do you want a slice of cake? And I said no to the cake because he'd already given me coffee, sandwich, and chocolate biscuits. I just found it funny how he was shouting through to his wife to get me all this food.
Fair play though. That's nice.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is.
He was a legend, and then he tipped me like 20 quid afterwards.
Yeah. You do get nice people like that, don't you?
You do. I actually. Who was it? Oh, it was Will. Trucker Will was telling me that the other week, this lady said, you wouldn't mind just lifting that with you high up over to there, and I'll sort your drink out for it. Well, if I said I was going to sort you out a drink, what would you think? You'd think 20 quid or so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
She came out with a can of Coke for him.
Fair play though. Still got a drink.
Still a drink, innit?
I mean, I remember turning up at one person's house. Now, I don't know if you know about pallet deliveries, but when I was doing Class 2 work, the labels say curbside delivery only.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get these, shall we say, not nice people that expect you to bring it up to the house. Yes. And they'll give you a load of grief about it. Well, this one day I had this grief, and I says, nah, mate, F you can have it on the curbside. That's where it's going for the way you just come out and spoke to me. Yeah. So they ain't going to help you out. Next drop up in Loughborough, I was going there and I said, I had a pallet of ton worth of bricks. I had 2 pallets of them. And I had to tail lift it off. And I thought, I'm on a hill like that. I don't know how to do this camera. I'm on a hill like that. And I says, I'm only putting it on the side of the road. Well, anyway, I knocked on the door and it was an old couple, really old, like grandparent old. And I went, I can't do it to them. I can't. I got out. The old guys come out. The sun turned up after. The pallet went, and it went straight off the tail lift and broke up all over the floor. So these couple, they said, I said, move out of the way quick because I don't want this to hurt you. And I started restacking it. I was there for over an hour and a half restacking this pallet. And they says to me, I says, look, I can't have you doing this. So I restacked it with his son. He finally come after about 20 minutes. They called him and says, can you help this delivery guy? And anyway, we took it round the back for them. And they offered me stuff. And I said, you know what?
Don't worry about it. It's nice and it's fresh air that you've come out with respect straight away. Because the previous guy was such an an a-hole,
Yeah.
so to speak. So it was nice. You do get nice people out there, don't you?
It is good when that happens. Yeah. Right. Well, on that note, thank you very much for joining us, Jammer and James. It's been an absolute pleasure for the last hour. Don't forget to check us out on wherever you get your podcasts from. And we will see you again. Subscribe to Jammer's channel, subscribe to James's channel, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a great weekend. Ta-da, everyone.
See you guys.
Cheers.